check. I think we are live, but I don't know, so I'm just gonna confirm. We'll wait for a while. Okay, it seems like we are live. Last time I had this chat issue, so I'm just gonna make sure that we don't have that. And I'm just gonna make sure the resolution is fine, hopefully. So everything should look crystal clear. And let's try and changing this. Okay, let's see if the face cam shows up perfect. Okay, it does. Perfect. Anyways, if you heard that, it was just basically me talking to myself. Uh, okay, perfect. Cool. Okay, so hi, welcome to Estudely Live. Now, if you are here, can you drop a hi or hello in the chat? Once again, okay, perfect. Takshil dropped a hello. I got a text from Takshil. Uh, yeah, that was just to confirm if the thing is working because last time it wasn't. And last live we had a lot of issues. Hopefully, we will not have those. Okay, Sandeep says hi as well. Okay, got it. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna start with our first story, and I'm gonna put my phone up here so I can, see the thing. Abhi sahi hai sab. Perfect. See, anyways, the stream should be available in 1080p. If you are on a Wi-Fi connection, have fun looking at an HD picture of whatever is on screen, which is basically me most of the time. Have fun. Okay. Uh, for some okay, guys, I don't know if the buffering is just happening on this end or if it's just my phone being my phone. So 144 may be clear hai aaj. Perfect. You know what? That's nice actually. ठीक है. I we have like five people. No buffering. Okay, cool. I think it's just my phone then. I'm just gonna drop down my phone ka resolution down. So hopefully that works. Okay, perfect. Let's start with our news. I'm gonna try to share my screen, which is hopefully it works. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. And perfect. Bam, it works. Okay, so the first story of the week, obviously, we start with data breaches. So Segway. It's a company. These rollerblade people, right? They were hit by an attack which is known as Magecart attack. Okay, now the Magecart attack was basically done, because it was hiding in a favicon. Okay, now you guys might be thinking that Aman, what the heck is a favicon? Okay, so do you guys see these icons? Hopefully, like at the top of the screen, where my mouse is. These icons, right? Those small icons which are next to the website title. That's what we call a favicon. Okay. So in HTML, basically, whenever you code something, the favicon link could basically point to something, and you can get the image and you can just post it there. That's how basically HTML stuff. So this attack was hiding in a favicon. The entire story is kind of like funny, but also how we also, we all need to be very safe about this. But yeah, it was a data breach which apparently happens every week. So moving on to the next brother of Favicol. Yes, Favicon is the brother of Favicol. You guys heard it here first. Okay, next one. EyeMed agrees to a $600,000 settlement over 2020 data breach. So apparently there was a data breach in 2020. It was roughly 2.1 million individuals, and they have agreed to pay the penalties, which is 600,000 divided by 2.1 individuals. I don't even know how that would work. So 600,000 divided by, oh boy, 2.1. So that's 21 and like five zeros. That's $0.2 for whoever is wondering. That's $0.2 per person. If it's a class action lawsuit, then yes, it's $0.2 per person. But yep, I think they should pay more. But yeah, if I was one of these people, I would demand more money. Anyways, moving on to the next story, which is the kind of the highlight story for today, is Google is killing Floc. Now, if you guys have no idea what the Floc is, Floc, then basically Floc just means federated learning of cohorts. Okay, so now we need face cam for that. Okay, so I can better explain. Okay, so you guys have heard about cookies, right? We eat cookies, we make cookies, we bake cookies in an oven. No, not those cookies. Okay, so basically, cookies are these text files. There are very tiny, small text files which live inside your browser. Okay, so whenever you visit a website, the website will be like, "Hey, do you accept cookies?" And we just, because the human monkey brain, we just be like, "Oh, big green button, click." Or big blue button, click, and you click on it, the cookies are accepted, basically blah blah blah. Now see, the issue with that is cookies can be, initially cookies were just used to make sure that you don't have to sign in every single time you click on a link. Imagine you are using Facebook. Okay, that's the worst example. Okay, imagine you are using Instagram on your mobile phone. Okay, now you are on the home page, you are scrolling, you are having fun, it's really a lovely time, you are procrastinating, you get a message from your crush. Okay, now your crush sends a message, it's in the notification, your crush sent you a post by whatever couples dot whatever. Okay, that's the name of the page. You click on that notification, but the issue is, instead of opening a chat, Instagram is like, okay, now you log in, right? So you have to log in even to see that message. So you log in, that's fine. Then you are just texting your crush, you send a hi, but even for sending that hi, you have to now log in again, because Instagram is like, hey, I don't remember you, can you just prove your identity for this request of hi? Yeah, now I'm exaggerating a bit, right? Because in reality, you will have to log in at least like 1,000 times while just sending a hi message, because a hi message is not a single request, it's multiple HTTP and TCP requests, but that's not the point. The point is, the Aman is telling his story. No. See, the point is, cookies make sure that the website remembers you. Okay? That's the entire reason cookies were made, so that you don't have to log in again and again and again. Okay, so now that's the crash course for cookie baking. Now, what's the issue with cookie? The issue with cookies is that cookies can also be used to track you. Now, so if I have cookies, let's say I have cookies in my browser, Facebook or any other website, when I switch from Facebook to, let's say, Amazon, they can track me that, hey, I know these cookies. These are from Facebook. That means this person, Aman, came from Facebook and now he wants to buy this. It's a whole mess, but cookies can be used to track you. Okay. Now, Google, like every other browser, they just block third party cookies. Third party, as in, if I'm on Instagram, cookies from Amazon won't be loaded, which is a nice thing, right? Because I don't want Amazon to track my Instagram moves. Okay, so Brave browser, Safari, even Opera, Edge, all of them have decided to block third party cookies. Google Chrome, on the other hand, they don't even have an option to block third party cookies, but they want to, because privacy, that's the thing. So just as a marketing stunt, they are like, hey, listen, we're gonna block third party cookies and we are gonna introduce a new way of advertising which is called Floc. Okay, now what the Floc? Floc is basically federated learning of codes, which just means that if you search for basketball, okay, and if someone else searches for basketball, you both are kept in a same group in the machine learning algorithm. Okay, your personal private information isn't went there. You are just, hold on, I think something's wrong with this. uh I okay, hopefully the stream is not lagging. Okay, cool. So basically that's what Flock is. Okay, you are put it in the same group instead of individual, tracking your fingerprinting you. That's what Flock is. Flock, in a way, it's just Google's way of tracking. It's not that secure, it's really bad. So Google is now killing Flock, and now they are bringing Topic. That's the actual name. Topic is the name. Okay, that's the news. But Topic is literally just Flock but rebranded. The same way Facebook changed their name to Meta, that doesn't change what they are. Same way Google is like, hey, this is Flock, now it's Topics. Okay. Uh, Hopefully this made sense. If this made sense, guys, can you just drop like a thumbs up or like understood or something? Oh, I forgot. This is not a Zoom class, but yeah, see, my Zoom class is showing up, but okay, whatever. Okay, well, hopefully that made sense. So Google is killing off Flock and introducing a Topics API, and that's basically the news. Okay, moving on to the next topic. Oh boy. Okay, moving on to the next topic. The next topic is Apple is fixing a non-Safari fingerprinting bug. So basically, this bug allowed people to track your history. So let's say you came to my website, I would know absolutely every single website which you visited. If you are using an Apple Safari browser, that is. So yeah, that bug is now fixed. If you are on a MacBook, update your MacBook. Also, or don't just use Safari. Okay, use Brave browser. Brave browser is available for Windows, Linux, MacBook, iPhone, and Android. So might as well update it. Okay, yeah, no worries. Okay, so okay, finally some okay news. WhatsApp is kicking off its first ever US marketing push with a new ad. Now, in order for this news to make sense, we're gonna actually go to this news first. So, WhatsApp has until the end of February to clarify privacy policy change in European Union. That's what they said. Now, if you guys don't remember, last year WhatsApp decided to change its privacy policies, right? And everyone was like, "Oh God, no, not WhatsApp!" And everyone switched to Telegram and Signal and all that stuff, right? So WhatsApp still has not explained that, hey, what does it actually mean when you are changing your privacy policy, right? So they are changing the privacy policy, which will have give more data to WhatsApp businesses and stuff. So yeah, now they have to clarify it by the end of the February. That's what EU says. EU is European Union. They are taking so many strides for privacy, but they are also taking so many strides to like go anti-encryption, which it's a mess. I don't understand. So now going to the actual story, which is this one. WhatsApp is kicking off its first ever US marketing campaign. So in India, we do already have WhatsApp ads. I believe we still we have WhatsApp ads on TV, which talk about how WhatsApp is a secure messenger and stuff. Which the reason we get those ads on TV is because all of us decided to go to Telegram and Signal, right? So WhatsApp is like, hey guys, chill out. We do not actually see your messages, at least not officially. So please come to WhatsApp. Do not leave WhatsApp, blah, 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 all that stuff. But in United States, see, in India, in South America, in the Asian and Latino countries, WhatsApp is a big thing. But in US, it's not. US people just use normal SMS or iMessage, right? So WhatsApp is now doing a marketing ad campaign, and it doesn't apply to Indian viewers, but I still want you guys to know these are companies owned by private corporations. And private corporations, these are for profit companies, and they have one goal, and that is to earn money. Okay. Apparently, Facebook didn't get the memo. They lost like 200 billion, but ignore them, right? These people are here for money, and just remember, it's they do not give any actual flock about your privacy. Okay, they are just here to make money. So yeah, always remember that a company is not your friend. Okay, moving on to the next story. Okay, moving on to the next story. Messengers end-to-end encrypted chats and calls are here available for everyone. This is the title kind of explains it all. If you use Facebook Messenger, or if someone uses Facebook Messenger, now there are end-to-end encrypted chats and calls which are not on by default. Let me just tell you. If you have a chat with someone on Facebook Messenger or Instagram, those chats can be viewed by any Facebook employee. It's not encrypted. Okay, if a police officer or any government comes and be like, hey, I want to, for example, we'll take Ria. So we're like, I want to see what Ria was chatting with this person. Facebook has to give that account. Okay, or maybe Facebook can spy on just Ria and be like, hey, Ria was sending this meme to this person. Let's go and catch her. Okay, but end-to-end encryption calls are now available. It's not like they didn't have the technology. It's just because they are following the trend of privacy. Okay. So yeah, now they have end-to-end encrypted calls. I would not suggest anyone to use Facebook Messenger. It's really stupid. At least use WhatsApp or just switch to Signal or Telegram, guys. But yeah, now you have end-to-end encryption. Can people in the chat tell me if you still use Facebook Messenger? Like, people actually, do you guys still use Facebook Messenger for chatting and stuff? Or is it just there in the background? Okay, people can just drop like a yes or no stuff, so I can just have the consensus. So okay, anyways, the stream would be delayed. I'm gonna wait for like people to respond. Okay, let's see. Okay, now see, now the awkward moment is there's gonna be just silence of like 5 seconds because in between I'm just waiting for the messages. Not at all. Use Facebook for game log in only. That's fair. Also, Zeal, technically you can log in by Google Play games, but once again, that depends on the game. Like PUBG does not allow Google Play games login, but try not to use Facebook. But if already your account is on Facebook, like I had to create my account on Facebook recently because PUBG would not accept Twitter or Google Play for some reason. So yeah. Also, I remember I also had like another reason to create a Facebook account was because I wanted to test out Instagram's ads, but I cannot buy an ad without having a Facebook page or profile, which is very weird since Instagram and Facebook are supposed to be two different apps. And yeah, it's a mess. Okay, Zeal says that's why. Okay, makes sense. What about the other four people who are watching? Or the other three? Oh, we are dropping in viewers. I'm gonna move to the next story. Okay, so the next story. Oh, I. Okay, it's a very depressing story. But suicide hotline shares data for for-profit spin-off, raising ethical questions. Okay, so there's this suicide hotline. Okay, and they have it's basically an crisis text line. It's like an text line. Okay, it's a text hotline, and it's an AI-driven chat service which people like if someone's depressed or if someone's like prone to suicide, they go and like they can have a nice chat. Okay, they can make sure the AI is there to make sure that the people do not commit suicide, right? Now the issue is it has a lot of data. It has a lot of data about how people reply when someone is depressed, how they interact with the chat, how do they respond to different questions. And that data is apparently so important for these people that they are sharing this data with a company, and the company is Loris.ai, I believe, and they are saying the data is anonymized, but any data which is anonymized can be easily be used to track people. Now they say that their goal is to just make sure that normal customer support is more human, empathetic, and scalable. But this is just really sad that a suicide hotline is sharing that data for a it's not even an NGO, it's a for-profit organization, it's a company. As I said, companies don't give a flock about you. And yes, I'm gonna keep on using flock. Companies don't care about you. Okay, so as you can see, they are gonna use any kind of data available to them. So yeah, completely disgusting in my opinion, but it is what it is. Okay, moving on to the next story. Oh yeah, it's just about Google. We already did this. Okay, and okay, yeah. So Dundee researchers use AI hand recognition to catch pedophiles. It's kind of self-evident. It's just basically you are using hand recognition to catch those people. For this, people do need to submit their handprints and stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. Okay. Now, moving on to our main story of the week, which is about Facebook. So, Meta erases, literally, it's erasing 251 billion in value. The stock price, now, if you invest in stocks, guys, if you invest in stocks and if you invested in Facebook and other social media company, I feel so sorry for you. Like $251 billion of value was just vanished like this, like like a Thanos snap. And well, that's the issue is they had consistent drop of non-consistent people. So basically, people were dropping off Facebook, and it yeah, that's basically it. So they had their quarterly earnings report. The numbers were down. Apparently, Facebook is reaching a saturation point. No teenager or no younger audience are gonna go to Facebook. Obviously, now according to them, it's just for Zoomers and Boomers, whatever that means. But yeah, also Snapchat, Pinterest and Twitter took a deep dive in shares as well. Snapchat for the first time became profitable, but the shares did go down by a bit. Pinterest, I have no idea why people are still using Pinterest. People say it's for interior decorating and stuff, but it's just like Google images but fancier, but whatever. Anyways, Twitter also took a dump in the stocks, right? And yeah, that's basically it. But if you invested in Google stocks, you are on an all-time high. We can ask our resident stock expert Ria, which should be on the chat. But yeah, next time we'll. You know what, guys? If you want a stock research thingy, we can just ask Ria next time. She will be more than happy to join as a co-host. But yeah, that's basically it, right? Okay, so what do we learn? Do not invest in Facebook stock. Okay, 2.51 billion. That's a lot of money. Okay, and that just went down. Also, it made an Indian, I believe it was Adani or someone like richer than Mark Zuckerberg. So, yay for India. But hooray, now you guys can celebrate and be a proud Indian because one of the billionaires of India is now higher than Mark Zuckerberg. So that's a proud Indian moment, right? Because all of us contributed. Oh, yeah, no one's here to stop me. We're not gonna get political, but yeah, that's it. Moving on to the next story. And Facebook equals birthday reminder. Yeah, I mean, Jane, there are better calendars for that, but okay. Moving on, Washington DC, they are suing Google for deceiving users and invading their privacy. So that's the headline. Okay, Google is basically invading people's privacy, and that's it. Moving on to the next story is Tor, the Tor project, the Tor browser. We talked about Tor browser before a while. They are just appealing to the Russian court for their decision to block access to Tor. We had this on the story before 2 weeks. So the Russian government has decided to block the entire Tor project. Now the Tor project is appealing that decision, and yeah, that's basically it. So hopefully the court decides not to block Tor because Tor browser is actually really important to freedom. I don't care what you say about how there's like deep web and all that stuff, but whatever. Okay, moving on to the next story. Proton Mail forced to release user IP addresses, but it has a good reason. So yeah, basically, if you know about Proton Mail, right? Hold on, give me a second. So if you know about Proton Mail, right? The Proton Mail, it's just like it's a mail browser stuff, right? So you basically, they have shared their IP addresses of the users which use Proton Mail for like government, because government was like, hey, listen, we need this specific person's IP address. Proton Mail is supposed to be secure, but yeah, this happened. You guys can read the entire article in detail if you want. But yeah, that's basically it. Moving on to the next story. Now there is Firefox 96.0.3, which is a new release. If you use Firefox, go ahead and have fun. So yeah, Firefox is now updated. Go ahead with Firefox. Okay, I'm just gonna do a quick audio check because I have a feeling. Hold on. Okay, perfect. Okay, sorry for that. Apparently something went wrong with my audio driver, which I saw on the screen. Okay, cool. Hopefully the audio should be back normally. Okay, moving on to the next story. Android 12 is now available for Calyx OS. So now if you're one of those rare people who uses a custom ROM, for Calyx OS and stuff, Android 12 is available for you guys. You guys can, just go ahead and download it. Calyx OS at the moment is only supported by OnePlus devices, original Pixel devices, and I believe MIA1, which is like 4-year-old phone. But yeah, if you have a Pixel device and if you want to get rid of Google software, which is why a Pixel device exists, you can just get a Calyx OS. Calyx OS, it's like Android, but more secure. That's the explanation. If you don't know what a different custom ROM is, but yeah, that's basically it. Okay, and we do have. Is this the last story? Oh yeah, the last second story for today. Android malware Brata wipes your device after stealing data. Now this is we need face cam for this. Okay. Okay, face cam time. So there are malware, obviously there are viruses for Windows. You might have heard of ransomware. You know what ransomware does? It encrypts your data and then holds you ransom, right? Hey, give me money or I'm gonna make sure you can never recover your data. Now that's what's happening with Android. Okay. And oh boy, there's a lot of lag. I'm gonna switch back to the. Oh yeah, the lag is very bad on the mobile phone for some reason, but yeah, okay. So basically, there is a virus which will wipe your entire device after stealing your data. So make sure you do not download any random applications or stuff. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, do not download random applications which you do not know. Do not click on random links which you do not trust, and you should be more than safe, kind of. Okay. Okay, and the last story of the week is new Moonbound's UEFI bootkit cannot be removed by replacing the hard drive. Now, there are some viruses which are so deep rooted inside a hard disk that even after a virus scan, you cannot remove it. Okay, you can change, you can format the entire hard drive, but you cannot still remove that virus. Imagine the virus is on your PC, you cannot format it out, you cannot do anything. Now you are like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna take the entire hard disk and throw it. Guess what? Because the virus doesn't live there, the virus lives inside the motherboard on the UEFI bootkit chip. Like there's a small chip which has the bootloader on it, and it lives on the what's the word, motherboard. Okay, so, if you get this virus for whatever reason, you literally have to throw out your PC. I'm not even kidding. And if it's a laptop, you have to get a new laptop. And if it's a PC, you will have to take out the motherboard, which I don't know if you guys noticed, the name is motherboard. Everything goes on it. So you have to take that out and you have to throw it. But that's the virus. Make sure you guys, once again, do not download random software. If you are torrenting or pirating, make sure you do not pirate random software. Please do not pirate random software, okay? Do not be that person who's like, hey, I need Microsoft Office. I'm gonna go and download Microsoft Office from the first site I find. Well, guess what? You're not downloading Microsoft Office. You are downloading viruses. Okay. You want Word, Microsoft Word and stuff because for some reason your Windows 10 doesn't have it. Go get Open Office. Go get LibreOffice. Heck, even just use Google Docs. Okay. Now, the people in chat, you know who I'm talking to, but that's basically it. Okay. So that's it for the live. It was a very live. We didn't have a major, uh, discussion, but we are at the moment working on a podcast thingy. Hopefully the video doesn't lag right now. Oh boy, I might have to switch to. Hold on, give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna switch and close this part, so hopefully my browser is not. Okay, perfect. So, as I was saying, we are working on something new. We do have a podcast, kind of, and the podcast would basically talk about topics, different topics. So, last week we talked about GitHub Copilot, right? This week, no lag. Okay, perfect. This week we're gonna talk about well, that's a, so basically we're gonna. I'm just losing my train of thought. Sorry. What I mean to say is, we talked about GitHub Copilot. Now we had an entire discussion with one of our coders from the chat. We had an entire discussion. It's kind of a podcast thingy. The whole episode should be like 20-30 minutes. Due to the nature of the episode, you can technically just hear the episode, which should be releasing on Monday. So yeah, it's just a podcast. You can listen to it while you work or while you clean your house or whatever. But yeah, that's basically it. We do have more podcasts on the way. And yes, I know the budget 2020 thing happened. Crypto now has a 30% tax. What is it about? Blah 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 blah. Next time on live, we'll try to get some economist on the thingy. I do have a few friends who are kind of well versed with this, but we'll see what happens next, or we'll just try to get this on a podcast. Don't worry, either way, you are gonna get an explainer of what's gonna happen next. So, yeah, that's basically it. Also, if you wanna invest in something, Bitcoin is still going up after going down. So, you can put your money in Bitcoin And anything else except for Facebook, hashtag not legal advice, please do not sue me. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for joining, guys. The end of live is here. We have a Telegram channel at the bottom in the description. You can join our Telegram channel. We have fun stuff, we have amazing resources, and we also have a Telegram community of coders and economists and a bunch of random people who will be more than happy to help you with whatever problem you have. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining, guys. I'm gonna be ending the live soon. It's only 30 minutes, sadly. But yeah, that's it. If you wanna hang out, you can. I don't see any reason to. But, anyways, thank you for watching, and this is me ending the stream.